Good morning YouTubians, it's Kermit's Ghost. It's a bank holiday Monday, which means everything's running a little bit behind schedule today. Shops don't open till 11 o'clock and I'm about 5 minutes away and it's 10:30, so that gives me just enough time to get myself a nice latte. You know the line. There's not a great deal out today, but I do have some pickups to show you that I picked up from Germany. I wasn't there in person, no, they were imports. So I'm gonna go and get a coffee and then we'll see what is out in the UK. I think it's only one that I'm after. And then I'll show you what I got at the end. See you in a bit. So something I just wanted to point out as a driver that really annoys me in Brighton. Look at this. Now, despite, you can see the seafront here, despite all the recent cutbacks in funding in Brighton's government as to mental health services and everything, they've decided to put a bike lane in here. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for the old bike lane. But when they put a bike lane right next to a bloody bike lane, so you've got two bikes, you can see them there, look, running side by side. They've cut down the traffic on the main road and put a double bike lane in because look, so many, oh, there comes one now, one bike, because there's so many bikes in Brighton. Look, oh, there's one more about half a mile away up there. So you've cut funding, you've increased traffic flow on the seafront, well not flow, increased traffic jams on the seafront because this gets chock-a-block by midday. And you've got two bloody great bike lanes. Now the bike lanes combined are more than the road space. So, are you going to start charging bikes road tax? I don't think so. You're going to make them have insurance? I don't think so. Rant over. Well, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that this is Costa and not McDonald's. I did go to McDonald's, but it was absolutely heaving, nowhere to sit. So I had a Costa instead. Look at the size of that cup. Ridiculous. So now we are sanitized, we go over to new and trending, and there are a lot of 4Ks out this week. First one up is Beetlejuice for $37.99. This film is 32 years old. And Goonies, which is 35 years old. There are two releases of this, the 1999 standard and the box set. The box set is a cool $37.99 as well. Another 4K release, this time Sherlock Holmes, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. And also released is Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, both 1999. Bargain. Next is Comic from 1985. In a futuristic police state, a stand-up comic murders a competitor for a job. Next up is Killer Crocodile 1 and 2. And guess what? Environmentalists find a giant crocodile in a stretch of water where toxic waste is being dumped. Next is Invasion, a network release from 1965. This film is 81 minutes long. In the anime section now, we find Astra Lost in Space, the complete series, set in the future, 2061, where space travel is possible. Next is the limited edition of Megalobox Season 1. This is 325 minutes long. And yours for just $59.99. And if you can't do two, one will do. Well, I'll leave you having a look through CEX. I'm sure you don't need my voiceover for this bit. Just read the films for yourself and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome back. These are the pickups. There's I think 16 titles, so we'll crack on real quick. The first batch of these films are going to be German imports. None of these are available in the UK. The first one is Official Secrets. Stars Keira Knightley, a lovely Keira Knightley. It's got Matt Smith in this, who used to be in Doctor Who as the Doctor. You got Ralph Fiennes and Matthew Good. Matthew Good was in Discovery of Witches, a TV series I picked up when I was in London. This looks good, based on a true story about treason. Keira Knightley there apparently selling official secrets, and that's where the title comes from. Next one up is My Spy. Again, didn't get a UK release. David Bautista, whatever his name is, he was in this one, and another one I picked up. He's also in Guardians of the Galaxy. Not seen it. Trailer looks fun. Next one up is Countdown. This has got awful reviews, I've heard, but the premise sounds good to me. It's an app on your phone, download it, and it calculates how long you've got to live, and it's counting down. So if you've got a day to live, it counts down from 24 hours, that kind of thing. And I know there used to be, it's like 20 years ago, a watch you could buy in Japan, and you calculated all your lifestyle habits, if you smoked, drink, how much you earned, that kind of thing, whereabouts in the world you lived. It did the same thing. It counted down, give you an average lifespan expectancy, and it was counting down. So that was fun. Maybe that's where they got the idea from, but that's Countdown. Next one up is Primal, a Nicolas Cage film. Also got Famke Janssen in this, who was Liam Neeson's wife in Taken. This one, he is a big game hunter, and he has captured a rare albino jaguar, and he has it on, like in a cage on this boat. He's shipping it back to the highest bidder. And whilst he's on there, like a trained assassin is arrested, and he's put on the boat as well in a cage. And obviously this trained assassin inside a cage, handcuffed, he escapes. He lets all the exotic animals like roam on this boat, and they've all got to survive. And Nicolas Cage tries to hunt down the assassin because he's a big game hunter. So that's Primal. Looks quite good. Check out the trailer. Next one up is Disturbing the Peace, starring Guy Pearce. Now, I like Guy Pearce, he's a good actor, but in this film, well, let me explain. I watched this the other day, and I'm still trying to get my head around it. Guy Pearce is, or was, a Texas Ranger or something like this, and through happenstance, he happens to shoot his partner by mistake, and this happens within the first couple of minutes, not really a spoiler, but because of that, he doesn't pick up a gun for like 10 years. He's now a marshal, and he's living in a small town in America. So in fact, it's so small, it's just him and his deputy, who is a waste of space. He really is. Anyway, a couple of minutes into the film, you've got these two bikers that roll into town, catches the eye of the law enforcement, and these two bikers roll in, and they go into a cafe, and ask, well, this bloke who's one of the bikers, he looks like Vin Diesel. Well, he's more like a Vin 4-star petrol. That's showing me age a bit. 4-star petrol, in case you don't know, is like a leaded petrol. Smelt lovely, but that's probably just your brain cells burning. Anyway, they go into this cafe, and he says he wants a drink, and the woman behind the counter says, no, you're not having a drink. And she just walks around around the counter, and they start fighting. Like, she's full on kicking his ass, and she gets him on the floor. People are running out of the cafe, even though there's like 20 of them and just these two bikers. They could have easily overpowered them. But this Vin Diesel gets his ass kicked by this young woman, which is possible. She was a good fighter. In fact, I think the actress was a WWE star. Anywho, this Guy Pearce, he comes in and is like, is there trouble here? Well, yeah, she just had a full-on fight with a stranger in a cafe in a small town. Anyway, so they arrest the Vin Diesel lookalike, and it's a setup because he and his gang, the gang roll into town, and they help him escape whilst trying to rob the town of this. For some reason, this small town has $15 million coming in a two-manned armed vehicle, which is implausible. $15 million. There's only like 8 people living in the town. But Guy Pearce, like, even though the whole town is under siege by these bikers, he's just walking around like it's a Sunday afternoon. And the deputy is absolutely useless, and so's Guy Pearce. He disarms someone, and then he throws their gun away, even though he's like got 60 bikers in there all shooting at him. It just beggars belief. It really does. Avoid it. Next one up is Lost in London, and this is an odd one. If you see the trailer or you've seen the film, Woody Harrelson is playing himself in this. He's playing Woody Harrelson, and Owen Wilson's playing himself and so on. You've got Daniel Radcliffe and Willie Nelson of all people in this as well. And it's just following Woody Harrelson, and he's trying to explain to people who he is, and they're just they've never heard of him. He's actually singing the theme tune to Cheers at one point, and it's like, oh yeah. So that's that. Looks odd. Looks like almost like a documentary style film. Next one up is The Professor, and it's got Johnny Depp in this playing the Professor. And he hears that he's only got a few months or weeks or something to live, because I think he's got cancer or something like that. And it sort of changes his outlook on life. He sort of teaches in a different way. He gives up on frivolous things, and he starts to enjoy life, and as you should do, take each day as it comes. That's The Professor. Next one up is Perfect Human. This is set in the future, where robots living with people are the norm. They cook, iron, clean, look after your kids, that kind of thing. Ultra realistic. And this couple here, they purchased their own one. Looks very normal, apart from his stomach's missed out there. I think that's maybe just for the cover. I don't know. Or they're just copying that one from Ex Machina. Anyway, this couple, as I said, purchased the robot, and this is when things start going to shite, I would say. The woman starts having feelings for him, and I think they're reciprocated, because the robot, it looks like he's having feelings for the woman. The husband is kind of suspicious, kind of along the lines of that film, TV show Humans, if you've ever seen that. Looks good. I like a good robot film. Next one up is the Marie Curie film. This is called Radioactive, I think, in America and the UK, but in this title in Germany is Maria something or another Curie. I'm not going to pronounce that and butcher it, but this is looking at the life of Marie Curie, who discovered radium, and her husband as well. Very sad story. I've not seen the film, so no, I won't give you a spoiler, because I've read about her life anyway. But she didn't get the credit she was deserved at the time. She had to fight for it, and her husband died in very sad circumstances. Just a tragic life, really, for two brilliant minds. Next one up is Running with the Devil. This is Lawrence Fishburne and Nick Cage. Nick Cage is very good in this one. He's choosing some good roles in the last couple of films I've seen anyway. Lawrence Fishburne always puts in a really good performance, but if somehow he unnerves me in films, it must be because he's got a ginormous head. I don't know, but I always find him very sort of unsettling to watch. Good actor though, very, very good, and I think it's one of his better films as well. It's a story of drug cartels, and someone is, I won't give it away, someone is messing with the formula along the way. So Nicolas Cage, he oversees from the very first pickup right to its end travel with these drugs, like from like Cuba all the way up to, I think if I remember right, it was Canada, and in between all the stops, because it goes from, like, I don't know, 50 miles, and it gets transferred to someone else who takes it across the border, then someone else goes by boat. Anyway, he follows these drugs all the way along, and he checks it along the way to see who is messing with the formula. Good film, I like that, and surprise ending too. Next one up is Stuber. Watched this a few days ago, and again, a good film. It's got that David Bautista, or whatever his name is, in that coffee shop, I don't know. And this Indian guy is called Stu, and he's an Uber driver, and that's where you get the title Stuber. He mixes the two together, and all he wants is a 5-star rating for his driving, and to get with this girl, which he has been put in a friend zone, that kind of thing, although he has slept with her before. And David, I can't remember his name in this, without giving too much away, because his partner dies at the start of the film, and because someone steps on his glasses during this fight, and he can't see to protect her. So he has laser surgery, and through the first half of this film, or a little bit further, he can't see very well. So he relies on Stu to drive him around. And of course, Stu gets caught up in this, all these fighting scenes and stuff like that. But it's a fun film, quite a good action film. You just got to take your brain, leave it at the door, because there's no thinking involved. It's just pure action and comedy. The next two are CEX pickups, and I picked them up because I am doing the cult movie review thing, which goes up every Saturday, in case you're wondering. And these two films are on the list. I have seen them both before, Natural Born Killers and Deer Hunter. I haven't seen Deer Hunter since 1980. I remember watching it in 1980 because we just moved into a new house. I was 12, so and it's an 18. good old parent in there. But there you go. I didn't particularly like that, but then I was 12, so I need to watch it again. And if I remember rightly, I didn't particularly enjoy that film either, but it needs to be watched again. It was both a long time ago. And talking of films I haven't seen for a very long time, in fact I saw this, I think around about the same time I saw Deer Hunter. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yes, the 1974 classic, and I've not seen it since. A friend of mine, his brother used to, it says this was £10 by the way, I give him a 10 and he gave me £2 change, what's all that about? Yeah, a friend of mine, his brother used to hire video analysis. I've seen like Cannibal Holocaust, Driller Killer, The Burning, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I've not seen them for a very long time, so I have forgotten a lot about these. Obviously, it's like 40 years ago or more. So that's that one. I did notice with it, this comes with so many extras, and it's a remaster as well. I've noticed with this that it has reversible artwork, so I'll just show you that. So that's reversible artwork. I prefer the other side, so I'll probably swap it back. See, told you. So there you go, that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original from 1974. Now these next two came out together today, and they've had a release before, but they were in a box set. And I looked at the box, it was either 34 or 38, so put these together, they're 30 quid. So whether or not you just want to buy the box for £4 or £8 and go and get the box set, because they do come in a box. Now here's a question for you. Would you, if you bought these separately and then later down the line the film company just released just the box, would you buy the box for say a £5? That's a market they could tap into. Like if you had the Harry Potter set but then they just sold you the box, would you buy the box to put them in? I don't know. They can make money that way, I suppose. There are collectors out there like boxes. This is number 51 and 50 from 88 Films. I've not seen these films. I don't think I have anyway. Killer Crocodiles. Oh, Killer Crocodile. I like creature features, and I thought why not? Because the film I wanted to get today, Air Doll, wasn't in. Again, it's been pushed back again. How many times are they going to push that bloody film back? They've pushed it back like 4 times now. And I have it on order because I've paid a deposit towards it. But they're both $14.99 for these two. They're part of the Italian range, but they are in English apparently. So hopefully anyway, unless they're dubbed. I don't know. But there you go. That's Killer Crocodile 1 and 2. I don't think they made any more on those. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Put a comment down below if you've seen any of those German imports that I've got, or these two, or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And a thumbs up if you would. I would appreciate it, and it helps the channel. And subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? And hit the bell down the corner to get notifications of further videos if you do. All that being said and done, thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.